The trustees have a few suggestions they would like to submit to you.
I think you know what the trustees can do with their suggestions. I don't know what they have to say. It makes no difference anyway. Whatever it is, I'm against it. No matter what it is or who commenced it, I'm against it. Your proposition may be good, but let's have one thing understood. Whatever it is, I'm against it. And even when you've changed it or condensed it, I'm against it. I'm opposed to it. On general principles, I'm opposed to it.
He's opposed to it. In fact, indeed, that he's opposed to
it. For months before my son was born, I used to yell from night till morn. Whatever it is, I'm against it. And I've kept yelling since I first commenced it. I'm against it.
Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol and then produced my rapier. Said stand and deliver, for you're a bold deceiver. Mushering dama-doo dama-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money and it made a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket and I took it home to Jenny. She said that she would swore that she never would deceive me.
I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Stop the things you do. What's up? I ain't lying. Yeah, I can't stand. Woo! No running around. I can't stand. No putting me down. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. And now let the people say.
Since the old styles, the presently existing intellectuals, have declared their own bankruptcy by abandoning this intellect, what we need today, what I call the new intellectual, would be any man or woman who is willing to think. Meaning, any man or woman who knows that man's life must be guided by the intellect, not by feelings, wishes, whims, or mystic revelations. Any man or woman who values his life and who does not want to give in to today's cult of despair, cynicism, and impotence, and does not intend to give up the world to the dark ages and to the rule of the collectivist brute. But since the old styles, the presently existing intellectuals, have declared their own bankruptcy by abandoning this intellect, what we need today, what I call the new intellect,
Mockingbirds are sweetly singing, chapel bells are softly ringing, showers of flowers fall from boughs above, where the golden sunlight streaming, by the waterfall I'm dreaming, dreams so tender of the one I love.
No love has ever been so true as one that proves a man a fool. Love she never felt at all, one that we can all recall. Lips that whisper, I love you, are lips that prove to you untrue. Eyes that held you in their spell are eyes that haunt you since you fell.
I want to eat a whale burger. yummy. Well, it's yummy. Well, it's yummy.
Scoot, get and be gone. Baby, me or you, one has got to go. Since I found out you don't love me no more. You've been cheating all this time. All I've got is a troubled mind. You better go. A great big capital G-O. Leave me alone, Scoot, get and be gone. Now pack your grip like you did before. When you leave, don't slam the door. Don't tune up and bawl, cause it ain't no use. The dat-burn cheating has cooked your goose. You better go. A great big capital G-O. Leave me alone, Scoot, get and be gone. Don't change your gears. Don't start shedding them phony tears. I ain't looking, so don't look back. You're slipping and sliding on a one-way track. You better go. A great big capital G-O. Leave me alone, Scoot, get and be gone. What I've been through, then you'd know that you better go. Cause I can't hide my foolish pride, and me or you, one's gotta step aside. You better go. A great big capital G-O. Leave me alone, Scoot, get and be gone. Scoot.
This is the only Inktober drawing that I abandoned the initial sketch, but then reincorporated the character Gray, the angry downer, into the final colorized version. I was also happy with the bold simplicity of some of the characters that I inked in this one, and attempted to duplicate this success in later drawings.
Now, I'm a feller with a heart of gold with the ways of a gentleman, I've been told. The kind of a feller that wouldn't even harm a flea. But if me and a certain character met, the guy that invented the cigarette, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Now, it ain't 'cause that I don't smoke myself, and I don't reckon they hinder your health. I've smoked them all my life, and I ain't dead yet. But nicotine slaves are all the same at a petting party or a poker game. Everything's gotta stop while they have that cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette. Now, in a game of chance the other night, old Dame Fortune was doing me right. The kings and the queens, they just kept on coming around. Then I got a full and I bet it high, but my bluff didn't work on a certain guy. He just kept on a-raising and a-laying the money down. Now, he'd raise me and I'd raise him. I sweated blood, I got to sink or swim. He finally called and then didn't raise the bet. I said, ace is full, pal, how about you? And he said, well, I'll tell you in just a minute or two, but right now I just gotta have a cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette. The other night I had a date with the cutest little girl in the 48 states, a hybrid uptown fancy little date. Now she said she loved me and it seemed to me that things were just about like they ought to be, so hand in hand we strolled down Lover's Lane. She was oh so far from a chunk of ice and our smooching party was going real nice, so help me Hannah, I think I'd have been there yet. But I give her a kiss and a little squeeze and she said, Tex, excuse me please, but I just gotta have another cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette.
Who's given that line to you? You think it's divine, do you? You're a crazy Humpty Dumpty heart. You're letting a grin kid you. You never did win, did you? Just a silly Humpty Dumpty heart. Don't mean to criticize or say I'm wise, but if you will just recall, you sat on a garden wall, and you know what happened. You'll still have a chance, won't you? You sure want romance, don't you? Hope you're lucky, Humpty Dumpty heart.
one baby to another said I'm lucky to met you. I don't care what you think unless it is about me. It is now my duty to completely drain you. I travel through a tube and end up in your infection. To your meat for you, pass it back and forth in a passionate kiss.
The French are glad to die for love. They delight in fighting duels. But I prefer a man who lives
And gives expensive
A kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. A kiss may be grand, but it won't pay the rental on your humble flat or help you at the automat. Men grow cold as girls grow old, and we all lose our charms in the end.
but square cut or pear shape, these rocks don't lose their shape. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
I've heard of affairs that are strictly platonic, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. And I think affairs that you must keep Masonic are the better bets. If little pets get big baguettes, time rolls on and youth is gone, and you can't straighten up when you bend. But stiff back or stiff knees, you stand straight at Tiffany's. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. There may come a time when a lass needs a lawyer, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. There may come a time when a hard-boiled employer thinks you're awful nice, but get that ice or else no dice. He's your guy when stocks go high, but beware when they start to descend. It's then that those louses go back to their spouses. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
When the sun goes down, the tide goes out, folks gather round and they all begin to shout. Hey, hey, Uncle Dud, it's a treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. Treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. What a dance do they do? Lordy, how I'm telling you, they don't need no band. They keep time clapping their hands, just happy as a cow tuned on cut. Come beat the feet on the Mississippi mud. Lordy, how they play it, goodness how they sway it. Uncle Joe, Uncle Jim, here come that mire with vigor and vim. Joy, the music thrills me, for it nearly kills me. What a show when they go beating it up, either fast or slow. not be the fast or slow when the sun goes down and the tide goes out. The folks, they gather round and all begin to shout, hey, hey, Uncle Dudge, it's treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. Treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. What a dance do they do? Funny how I'm telling you, they don't need no band. Take time by clapping their hands, just as happy as a cow chewing on a cud when they come and beat their feet on the Mississippi mud.
Chop chop boom, chop chop boom, chop chop boom, chop chop boom. Well, now my baby's always singing that chop chop boom. Man, I can't stand it, gonna leave here soon. The confounded noise, I can't take it no more. Gonna get my hat and hit the door. Chop chop boom, chop chop boom. I had a talk with my baby just to try and find out just what the chopping noise was all about. My baby wouldn't tell me, but this she said, you know it always reminds me of an aching head. Cha-cha-boom, cha-cha-boom. Well, now when we go walking like two folks should, just about the time that I am feeling good, she meets a friend, she calls her Daisy May. They'll get together and you'll hear them say, chop chop boom, chop chop boom, chop chop boom. It's so sad, undermine all the time. Chop chop boom. I didn't know that anyone could take my place, but that was until she met a cat named Ace. Still I didn't know she was doing me wrong till they started humming that song. Cha-cha-boom, cha-cha-boom. Well, now my baby's gone and left me, and I think I know why. I bet that cat Acey done told her a lie. Now they're going on just a humming that tune, and I'm left here with that cha-cha-boom, 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 cha-cha-boom. Cha-cha.
Well, 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 look who's here. If I knowed yous a comin', I wouldn't be here. If I knowed yous a comin', I'd have cut my throat, cut my throat, cut my throat. If I knowed yous a comin', I'd have cut my throat. What to do, what to do, what to do? Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a plane, a fast jet plane, or hopped a train. Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a plane, and hid the welcome mat from view. Now I don't know where you come from, 'cause I don't know where you've been. But it really doesn't matter, 'cause before I'd hear your chatter, I'd dig a grave and dive right in. If I knowed you'd coming, I'd have slit my wrist, clench my fist, give my neck a twist. If I knowed you'd coming, I couldn't resist sicking my dog on you. I knowed you's a-comin', I'd a grabbed my coat, took a boat, 'cause you get my goat. If I knowed you's a-comin', I'd a took a boat, and headed straight for Peru. Had you dropped me a letter, I'd a called the cops, burned my crops, blowed my top. Had you dropped me a letter, I'd a called the cops, just to keep from seeing you. Now, I don't know where you come from, but I sure wish you were there. You could make me very happy if you'd leave and make it snappy, 'cause you sure get in my hair. If I knowed you's a-comin', I'd order quick arsenic to make you sick. If I knowed you's a-comin', I'd order quick and got strychnine for you.
I'll take the legs from some old table. I'll take the arms from some old chair. I'll take the neck from some old bottle. And from a horse I'll take the hair. I'll take the hands and face from off a clock. And baby, when I'm through, I'll get more loving from that dumb dummy than I ever got from you. I'll take the head from any cabbage. I'll take corn to make the ears. I'll take the eyes from some potato. I'll use an onion for the tears. I'll use an old banana for its skin. And baby, when I'm through, I'll get more chummy with that dumb dummy than I ever got with you. I'll take the legs from some old table. I'll take the arms from some old chair. I'll take the neck from some old bottle. And from the horse I'll take the hair. I'll take the hands and face from off a clock. And baby, when I'm through, I'll get more loving from that dumb dummy than I ever got with you.
Here's something puppets do that always makes me laugh. It happens when I loosen the strings and my puppet falls down, all loose and floppy. Down you flop, flop, flop. Up I pull you up again, and down you flop, flop, flop. Like a droopy, floppy doll. Down you flop, flop, flop. Up I pull you up again, and down you flop, flop, flop. Like a droopy, floppy doll. I wonder how funny you would look if you did a floppy dance. Little puppet dance with your wiggly flippity legs. Oh, little puppet dance like a droopity floppity doll. Little puppet.
Thunderstorm up in the sky, tumbleweeds go passing by as the wind begins to blow and the clouds hang low. When the storm begins to roar and the rain begins to pour, every everywhere. Suddenly a flash in the sky, there's a thunderstorm nearby. Thunderstorm up in the sky, tumbleweeds go passing by as the wind begins to blow and the clouds hang low. When the storm begins to roar and the rain begins to pour, every living thing goes helter-skelter to the shelter. Thunderstorm. When the storm begins to roar and the rain begins to pour, every living thing goes helter-skelter to the shelter. Thunderstorm.
Oh, here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush so early in the morning. This is the way we wash our clothes, wash our clothes, wash our clothes. This is the way we wash our clothes so early Monday morning. This is the way we iron our clothes, iron our clothes, iron our clothes. This is the way we iron our clothes so early Tuesday morning. This is the way we scrub the floor, scrub the floor, scrub the floor. This is the way we scrub the floor so early Wednesday morning. This is the way we bake our bread, bake our bread, we bake our bread. This is the way we bake our bread so early Saturday morning. This is the way we go to church, go to church, go to church. This is the way we go to church so early Sunday morning. Oh, that was fine. You know that one real well. How about Tisket a Tasket? Know that one? All right, let's do that one then. A tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my aunt, and on the way I dropped it. I dropped it, I dropped it, and on the way I dropped it. I wrote a letter to my aunt, and on the way I lost it. Then you have to run around and catch the other one. Oh, that's fun. I used to like to play that one. Oh, say, how about Ring Around the Rosie? Oh, that's a good one. I bet you know that one, too. All right, let's do Ring Around a Rosie. Ring around a rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, all fall down. Ring around the roses, pick the pretty poses, boys and girls now, all fall down. Ring around the roses, smell the pretty poses. 1, 2, 1, 2, all fall down. How about Pop Goes the Weasel? You know that one? Oh, all around the cobbler's bench, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought 'twas all in fun. Goes the weasel, penny for a spool of thread, a penny for a needle. That's the way the money goes. Goes the weasel, all around the cobbler's bench. The monkey chased the weasel, monkey jumped upon the bench. Goes the weasel.
Don't you try to give me that double shuffle. Don't you try to give me that double cross. Anytime a sweetie goes double dealing, love's gotta wind up a double loss. Don't you try to hand me that oh malarkey. Don't you try to tell me it's all a lie. You've been chasing around with that other party. Can't you see you're leading up to goodbye, goodbye?
Well, all right then, a goodbye.
To you. Goodbye.
A good goodbye.
Toot timing you. Honey, you've been asking for double trouble. Honey, can't you see it's a double loss? Don't you try to give me that double shuffle. Don't you try to give me that double
double cross.
Don't you try to give me that double shuffle. Don't you try to give me that double cross. Anytime a sweetie goes double dealing, love has got to wind up a double loss. Don't you try to hand me that old malarkey. Don't you try to tell me it's all a lie. You've been chasing around with that other party. Can't you see you're leading up to goodbye, goodbye?
Who, me?
You. To you.
Well,
goodbye.
you're gonna miss me around here.
Two timing you. Honey, you've been asking for a double trouble. Honey, can't you see it's a double loss? Don't you try to give me that double shuffle. Don't you try to give me that double cross.
Bye.
You mean right now?
Right this minute. Toot you. Goodbye.
Well, we all gotta go sometime.
Toot timing you.
Honey, you've been asking for double trouble. Honey, can't you see it's a double loss? Don't you try to give me that double shuffle. Don't you try to give me that double. Nothing but double trouble. Double cross.
Got the blues for my baby. I'm down the river serving time. I got the blues for my baby. I'm down the river serving time. Yes, I shot and killed my baby. Now I just can't keep from crying. The night was so cold and stormy as I knocked on baby's door. The night was so cold and stormy as I knocked on baby's door. I heard my best friend answer, sorry you don't live here no more.
Shaka-doo-wop, 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 shoot, shock, shaka-doo-wop,
Shoe shaka-doo coming down the street. No clothes, no shoes on the street now. Shaka-doo was a man alone. Shaka-doo didn't have no home. Shoe shaka-doo-wop, shaka-doo-wop, hey now baby. Shaka-doo-wop, shaka-doo didn't have no loot. Shaka-doo didn't have no suit. Shaka-doo had to slip on nails. Slip on a dime, play your head to tail. Shoe shaka-doo-wop, shaka-doo-wop, hey now baby. Shaka-doo-wop, shaka-doo had a line of jive. Open up all the little girls' eyes. Those people passing by. Shaka-doo held his head up high. Shoe shaka-doo-wop, shaka-doo-wop, hey now baby. Shaka-doo-wop, anytime now you're feeling blue. Shaka-doo can tell you what to do. Face the world with a gravy smile. Think of shaka-doo all the while. Shoe shaka-doo-wop, shaka-doo-wop, hey now baby. Shaka-doo-wop. Shaka-doo had a line of jive. Open up all the little girls' eyes. Those people passing by. Shaka-doo held his head up high. Shoo shaka-doo up,
Shaka-doo-wop, hey now, baby. Shaka-doo-wop, anytime now you're feeling blue. Shaka-doo can tell you what to do. Face the world with a great big smile. Think of shaka-doo all the while. Shoo, shaka-doo-wop, shaka-doo-wop. Shoo, shaka, shaka-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shaka-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shaka-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shaka-doo-wop. Patootie pie, patootie pie. You're my patootie, sugar fruity, dreamy pie.
I crave and crave your special jam. You underrated, solidated Superman. And every gal who passes just looks and hollers, ooh, like flies caught in molasses. They all get stuck on you.
Patootie pie, patootie pie. You're such a tasty hunk of pastry, me oh my.
Gotta light the oven, gonna cook a dish of lovin'. So kiss me, oh my patootie pie. The boy, the boy, the boy, the boy. You're my patootie pie. We'll count to 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Then steal away to heaven.
Come on, darling, let's go. So kiss me and kiss me.
What again?
So kiss me, oh my patootie pie. You're my patootie pie.
Sweetie pie. A little bit sugar, a little bit honey, a little bit sad, a little bit funny. You are my sweetie pie, sweetie pie. Little bit good, little bit naughty, little bit bad, little bit hearty. Then you're my sweetie pie. Don't you sigh, how the time is gonna fly till I meet you with the preacher by and by. Sweetie pie.
Okay, what can I say about the Merc claymation films I made as a teenager, besides the fact that they were quite ambitious for somebody in my age group, given that in the 21st century, twiddling thumbs is about all you're going to find out of some blithering prepubescent blob. Anyway, yeah, these special effects had to painstakingly literally scratch and color each frame of 8mm film, which I laid across a black and white TV set and put on a channel with snow so I could see, like a light box. And my best friend Eric Victor McRae, this is when he was Eric Hiltner and had hair, he was kind enough to play the goofy character that discovers this meteor. I think the actual meteor, I used some leftover fireworks that had been gotten down south by a relative, and had them in a drawer. They were called snakes, I think, and you light them on fire and they make a lot of smoke. Anyway, so yeah, basic stuff here, just using some props from around the house, which is really, before I discovered and fell in love with Charlie Chaplin, this was where my mind was just to sort of take your surroundings and make use of them. And of course, this character is an alien that was basically came from some kind of space organic matter and was given life by the plant that he just consumed like a vampire. Anyway, you got to understand, this is a creature that's discovering our world for the first time. So everything, every object, every animal, whatever it comes in contact with is a new unknown experience. And that's sort of the point of view I embraced while I was making these films. My dad had a little cameo there as the dude walking out of the bathroom. That's actually a tomato steak, and nobody would know that, but that little pole vault thing is what we used for tomatoes on the vine out in the back garden. Some of the gags here, unfortunately, this is before I discovered how to focus properly. Maybe this is when I first learned I needed glasses. I kind of like the shaky cam effect, though. This is before I had a tripod, and I had to get creative and think outside the box. In this case, I jammed the Super 8 video camera into the top of a milk jug. So the handle was just jammed in there and held in position. That gave this shaky cam effect, like, Saving Private Ryan with claymation. Anyway, my cousin Mike Costa helped with this whole segment that's spaced in a rental cottage during our family vacation to Cape May, New Jersey. And, I guess we just weren't into getting burnt by the sun on a daily basis. So in our spare time, this is what we did. We made these Merc movies while the parents were out eating or shopping or whatever the heck parents in the 1980s did with each other. Not so much drinking. Anyway, yeah, some more simple gags here where we shake the alarm clock, and a lot of times we had to use like a freeze frame effect where, we knew Merc would be inanimate, and then we'd have to give life to whatever prop he was involved with. My editing was less than stellar here. I was a split second off with that. I could fix that, I guess, in post if I wanted to, now that I have editing software. Remember, this is in the day when you were using like editing tape that already had holes in the places where the sprockets fell, and a manual machine to cut your film stock, and then you had to rebond it together. So anytime the film broke while it was going through the projector, became a nightmare. Sometimes you had to use Scotch tape and take a dart from the dartboard and punch your own holes in the thing. This was during the Michael Jackson fad, so of course I had to toss in some break dancing and whatnot. And what claymation video wouldn't be complete without the King of Beers making a cameo? This is one of my favorite all-time simple shots because of the shaky cam effect, and it's just silly but very effective, especially when I changed angles and then did this little bloop into the bag. So now, more of the, let's make use of, I decided to take it to the next level and put a real life form into a Merc video, besides a friend or a family member. And in this case, Jade was the sacrificial lamb. Here's an interesting one. This is where I discovered that clay, gravity really takes effect on clay. And this demon figure in the yellow there was really difficult to animate. I was not using any kind of armature. There's no copper inside of him, nothing. It's just straight up clay. And so what I had to do was I had to frequently put them in the refrigerator, because under the heat of the lamps that I was using, these different oil-based clays, plastilina or whatever you were using, it would start to melt. So yeah, and of course those swords are from just a cocktail drink in lieu of umbrellas. Now this was my most ambitious of all the Merc films, and where I really made best use of just objects around. You know, a seashell, pretty straightforward. You know, you're thinking about the ocean and what creatures live there, and so Merc is basically a mime. You know, he's a pantomime, a clown, and he can do things Charlie Chaplin couldn't, like shapeshift. But this one gimmick coming up was very elaborate and time-consuming. I think I spent 2 days just doing this iron shot. Not the fall, that was tricky too, but this next one here where Merc throws it up and over the ironing board and then catches onto the cord to take it for a ride. That was really pushing it. And for something that was only 3 to 4 seconds long, it's juice versus squeeze, but you know, nobody's there when you're a kid growing up to tell you what you can or can't do or what your limitations are. I might be less willing to do a shot like that now that I'm an adult, because I've learned the power of the word no. But that's the beauty of being a young-minded, open-minded individual, is that, you know, if you don't know how to do something and it's up to you to figure out how, then that's where real creativity comes from, is this idea that our own internal elasticity allows us to do things that we're not being told no, so we can just roll with it. Here's another example of just a real simple gag. You could probably figure it out yourself if you had, you know, a little bit of time, but bubble gum, you could actually see the pin come in there from the side. So I just basically bought a couple packs of balloons and blew them up to different sizes, and then, you know, swapped out the smaller one, put in a slightly bigger one, took that one out, put in the slightly bigger one, all the way up until it was the biggest size. Spider-Man with boots, you don't see that every day. But that's because he had holes in his socks, because I played the crap out of that doll when I was 8 or 9 years old. And so those boots are borrowed from some other action figure. Brian Wenny, before he lost his hair, my neighbor from the backside of the neighborhood I lived in, does a cameo with his classic, I don't know. So Merc recreates himself in a different shade and moving right along. That's what happens when your projector starts to snag. Okay, this was meant to be inspired pretty much by MTV of that era. This is meant to be my version of The Real Me by The Who. And so this is Merc actually doing Roger Daltrey. And if you wanted to cut out this voiceover soundtrack and sync it up with the actual Who song, you would see that I had to, you know, with this clicker tool, it was actually a clicker tool that you use for when you're shopping, and it helps you to count and add up how much your bill's going to be so you know what to pay before you get to the cash register. That's what I was using. I was using it, you know, the Super 8 camera of the day was 18 frames per second. It was kind of like splitting the difference between 24 frame second cameras, which is regular real live action, versus in the 80s they were using 12 frames per second for animated Saturday morning cartoons and whatnot. Now this shocks me that I did this, because as a lifelong cat lover, why would I choose to create a little innocent clay kitten and have this? But it fits the song, so. And again, what would a claymation film be without an occasional beheading? So this was my excuse to just bust out some gasoline, I guess, and see if plastilina was combustible. And it didn't really burn that well. Maybe we could make a version that's more like C4, I guess, and that would be explosive, I'm sure, if you wanted to completely devastate your equipment. Anyway, death, ha ha ha, before Thanos got to her. So, okay, this was the only Merc film I made while I was in college. I was really big, heavy into the Doors at this time, and I think I smoked some really good kind bud and decided on a Saturday afternoon in the wintertime just to see if I still had what it took to do a Merc short. The concept was simple. He eats something and he gets an upset belly. And of course, part of this sickening thing is the exercise program and fast forward behind him. But I made a large Merc head and cut out the mouth area and pushed baked beans through it.
Mark, 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 mark.
So that last Merc film was made in 2016 as a response to an ignorant woman who tried to convince her daughter, he didn't make those movies. He's a con artist trying to trick you. After she watched all the Merc films on YouTube and was visiting the place where I live for the summer. So I said, I really did make those movies and spent a lot of time, energy, and effort. So to prove it to her, I made a brand new Merc out of clay and busted out that short in about 3 hours using my iPhone and a stop motion app and re-uploaded it to YouTube with a picture of Merc kissing her daughter. Merc outtakes were usually on the cutting room floor because the lighting was poor or there was something unclear about how the action fit into the overall story or lack of story, as the case may be. This is my cousin Mike having some fun with the grown-ups out and about, and this gives us every right to be bad by smooshing banana on TV screen in a rental cottage. Of course, we cleaned up our messes. Anyway, Conan was big at the time, so Merc does a mime. You can see the quality here is from when I sent all my Super 8 footage to have it reprocessed in HD format. But this here is these. You can see the flickering light in the upper left corner. That is indicative of this actually being projected by my old school Super 8 projector, and I had to cut out the audio. Why my cousin did not win Best Actor for his performance in this scene, I don't know. But I had a thing about Merc biting things or being bitten. This is the one where he makes a sandwich out of my cousin, but earlier outtake was with Merc being made into a sandwich, so this one here actually. Yeah. The law of the jungle, eat or be eaten, and I think I decided to do both variations on that theme here. But yeah, so the darkness was usually a reason. Just I hadn't really learned all the basics of photography yet, or again, trying to make lemon juice when you don't even have a lemon, or you just end up with lemon turds, as are the case here. This is the original opening sequence of the first Merc film. So I had to reshoot everything because my shadow, I was, I guess, too dumb to realize that my shadow was sneaking into every stinking frame. Now, him jumping across was a challenge, and I tried this multiple times with Merc to have him leap or jump through open space, and then found out since that Ray Harryhausen had devised some clever techniques back in the 50s for that very problem. So my solution at the time was pretty good because, you can't see my hidden wires or strings. It's all about concealment. This is the very first claymation character I made, and what a flop dud it turned out to be. He couldn't even stand of his own volition because I didn't know about armatures. I didn't know that the character needs to be of a certain structural integrity to be able to support his own weight. So this ultimately is how I ended up devising Merc. And of course, self-awareness and realization even then that this sucks ass, gonna have to rethink it, buy another 3-minute and 20-second roll of Super 8 film, stick it in the camera, and we'll try again. Coming up next, my buddy Eric was a frequent guest on weekends, and amidst our slumber parties and whatnot, we made several films together, and this one is among my faves because I'm a big fan of the character The Flash. And so this was even before the first Flash series debuted in the 90s. This is late 80s. I want to say it's like, actually it might be mid 80s, 84, 85, somewhere in that time frame, judging by our age. So yeah, some pretty basic stop action type stuff here. Obviously it's much easier to control speed when you have the ability to switch your camera into one click at a time mode. I love this freeze frame here.
Live, the Indie Indoor Obstacle Race. From the house, first driver, all professional indoor racer, Mike Costa, alias Mad Motor Mike. Uh-oh, he's in another obstacle.
If you're an artist and you've wanted a large format scanner to scan comic book pages, watercolors, various artwork, 11 by 17 is not cheap. And I like to work 18 by 24. I mean, look at the price tags on some of these puppies. So I decided to build my own, and the thing is it had to be Mac iOS compatible. And it's quite simple and only about $30. You'll need some kind of a harness that can expand to accommodate any size iPad. This one was only $16 on Amazon, and it fits the iPad Pro, so I love it. The idea is to save a shit ton of money, but the problems I had to solve pertain to the way the iPad's camera, the eye, is in one of the corners of the device, so the bar that stretches across the box had to be offset. The rest of the costs will be in plywood, scrap lumber, screws, straps, various and sundry things. Okay, so the final scanner design, I decided to eliminate the wood that would have gone on either end, and that is to allow for the light to flow into the box without casting a shadow. And then another epiphany in the 11th hour was to add this clamp light, which can be moved around, but basically it is non-interferal with the image captured by the iPad. So now we can either take a picture using your regular camera app, or we'll test this out with my HP Smart app. Scan, bibbity bobbity boo, keep it on manual, and now we got to just adjust the borders. Swing, swang, next. So you can see it takes that cardboard color and whitens it out, and when we go to save, we want to change the format. I'm going to keep it in TIFF, actual size for highest resolution. And then we can name this thing Dork Testing, because we're scientific and shit. Save it to Photos in TIFF format, and then we'll rework it later in one of the artsy apps like Art Studio or Procreate. Or Art Studio Pro. I haven't made it that level yet. Yeah, I think it'll work better with this 18 by 24 paper because it is not as dark as that cardboard. So voila! You now have a large format scanner that doubles as a scratching post.
Tell it to you straight, give you the scoop. It's all coming out on the straight poop. Grab your seat and join the group. Squeeze in tight for some straight poop. Tell it to you straight, give you the scoop. It's all coming out on the straight poop. Grab your seat and join the group. Squeeze in tight for some straight poop.
You will cower in fear at certain.
cyborg.
I believe to my soul, my man got a plan.